Your time is short, insect.
Yeah, insects. Welcome back. What the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here. I think sorry to Katarin just called us insects. I like it. You know what else I like? I like knowing which faction has donated the most ice sculptures to the cause. And thanks to our awesome friend Killscribe, I know that it's the Besornlings. And 5,114 Besornlings now decorate the halls of the Ice Court, kind of like they did. Oh man, what's the name of the movie with the Ice Queen? Narnia, yeah, just like in Narnia. I feel like that's where Soria Katarin's like. Legion of Chaos is up there too, they've lost 5,000. Well done. Nurgle's close, and so is Khorne, and then Oracle's is Zinj. So, Killscribe, thanks for keeping track of that. You are fantastic. Thank you, and keep it up. We love it. So Boris Toddbringer wants a payment to join the war against the elves. No thanks. Didn't you hear, Boris? The elves got patched. They're less aggressive now. Marcus says, hey, Air, first off, literally wait for these Kislev videos to come out. I'm really enjoying it. You have a question about picking up ruined settlements. Would it make sense to settle them with a single lord so you don't need to spend several turns having to replenish an army? It slows the army down and can leave them a bit vulnerable. Yes, that actually is a good idea. And you can do it. The only downside is, well, and it's no downside for me because I'm using a mod that gets rid of supply lines because I think it's stupid. But if you aren't using a mod for supply lines, the downside is that having that extra lord basically make you pay almost that much money anyway. Now, you can kind of get around it because the extra upkeep from just having the lord hits all of your armies. Again, this is if you don't have a supply lines mod, and I do. But if you don't, you can just settle and then just disband that lord to not take that kind of pain over multiple turns. So that's kind of the other option. Well, Leblia was able to fight that off pretty well. All right, I'm gonna push over here.
It suits my purposes.
And lay in wait for this army of Legion of Chaos. That's a pretty strong army. We got Heartseekers, Exalted Demonettes, Khorne spawn, Slaanesh spawn. Yeah, this is some serious armor-piercing damage capability. Slaaneshi units, they may be squishy, but wow, do they hit hard. They hit ridiculously hard. So you don't ever want to underestimate them. Alright, so Kastalton was headed to the Doom Keep, if I remember right. I need to build some defenses here, probably build that up. We're short of cash at the moment, but we can start to rectify that a bit. It's not because we're not making enough, I just spent it on some expensive buildings, if I remember right. Kislev likes its fine buildings. Now, Kastalton's army is not that great. You gotta be careful. He can totally get trucked by a really powerful army from Chaos because he just doesn't have a particularly powerful army himself. It's not that big of a worry for me at the moment, but, you know, could be. So we don't need to move Boris up there to intercept that army because it was defeated at Leblia. So I can just move towards Norden. I'm gonna pull it out of the hands of, let's see, Nordland's in control there, but Norden and Dieterschaffen are in the hands of enemies here. And I could gift that over to Nordland. I'll think about it. If there's like a lot of money or something in it for me. If not, I'll keep it, because those ports will be good income. Yeah, I'll probably just keep it, because the ports are good income. Alright, Hannibal Bearkess had been up here doing some work outside of Frozen Landing, and I would have liked to have continued his work up there, but unfortunately for him, he is called elsewhere at the moment. So we're going to have to continue kind of moving back towards our own territory with him. He's taken a little bit of attrition, which does stink, but nothing's under siege here. Nothing we're going to have to worry about a ton, so I'm going to just kind of move up and encamp. There we go. Well, they can stay at full strength, and we can help push these guys back. It looks like dwarves took a bit of a loss here. They'll probably regain it. And then I'm feeding them some help for sure. By being up here attacking the Legion of Chaos, that's certainly going to take some pressure off the dwarves, but they still got all this mess coming across the frozen sea. It's going to continue to be a pretty big problem. Let's get to some more comments here. T-Rex Rex, thanks for being a channel member with that gold shield there. He says, very satisfying to see Kislev start to roll everyone with bears and arrows. I think Kastalton needs some elemental bears in his army. Yes, he does.
Frost Maiden.
In fact, that would actually be a really nice add to his army, because then those few single entities could help hold while all of those cheap bows do the work, or later on, more expensive bows. But yeah, good point. Thank you. Appreciate you. Francesco Lagoya, thank you also for being a channel member. He says, this is an excellent treat for my day off from writing papers. Oh, gosh. I shudder at the idea of writing papers. I feel for you, but I don't know. Maybe it's something you enjoy, since that's what you're doing in school. Maybe not. Sometimes you get forced to write papers. You don't want to. Either way, hope it's going well for you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting.
The tome.
All right, Ursus.
I will impale them.
Norden is in our grasp here. We'll go ahead and just auto-resolve this one. I am going to not do the cinematic battles today. I'm just super strapped for recording time right now, folks. My day job is absolutely bananas right now. Like, we are running some extreme volume compared to what we're used to doing, and it has been really challenging to keep up with. So I'm not going to have hardly any time to record, period. So the time I do record, I really need to maximize it and just get as much content out. And so in order to do that, it really is best if I don't do the cinematic battles, at least for now. I probably will still do them on the Fall of the Samurai, just because it's extremely hard to play some of the fast-paced action in Fall of the Samurai, and golly, yeah, that's a bit of a mess right there. No thanks. We're gonna have to sit back and try and catch these guys in some kind of crafty ambush or something, because
Repel chaos.
they'd be a little too strong right now. Go ahead and back off of that. They can't bring both armies to bear on me. Bring the armies to bear. Did you get it? That was a lame joke, and I didn't even intend it. We do have a rift we can go close with Kastalton. That'll make us a little cash while we're at it. Speaking of rift, actually, do I want to close that? I don't think I do want to close that rift. I need to go through it, because we need to head to one of the realms. So Zarina Katarin will have to go through that rift. So I'll leave it... Well, there's one up by Doomkeep, but I'll leave that one open because it's a little easier to get to, and then I'll leave Kastalton to defend that land. Most of our territory shouldn't be dealing with rifts because we built the appropriate buildings to stop it, and if the AI builds it, then it also prevents it from spawning, and they did build one here, so Nordland, well done. Well done.
Demon Slayer.
Good friends.
Priest of the great orthodoxy.
Let's try and get rid of this enemy agent here.
Suffer winter's
I don't know whether we'll succeed. Let's get to another comment here. Starseeker says, when using the checkerboard formation, you want your troop layout to be more of a square than a rectangle. Makes it so your frontline troops are in melee combat. So less of your troops are in melee combat. Yeah, you can do that. The risk there is that you're more vulnerable to magic and other ranged fire, but you're correct. Like, if they're in a block-your formation, you get a couple of benefits. They turn faster. They can block the enemy. Not as many of them get into melee. However, it's worse for them in some ways. Like, I think they get a little more bracing power, which is good. There's ups and downs to it. It's certainly one way you can do it, and I don't necessarily disagree with you. So thank you for leaving that comment. Good comment to leave. Let's see. Let's go with Death Frost. And let's go to another one here. Zalif says, remember that with settlement trading, you can buy that settlement from your ally to complete Ostland. That's true, we could try that. I don't know what Stirland would want me to pay for it. Shall we see?
Only Sigma's god, Ulrich, can judge it worthy or no.
Do I have like an empty one to give them? Not really. Let's go into trade settlement. I think you have to trade a settlement though, right? Maybe not. Maybe we can just demand the trade of one and then pay them for it. So Wurzen, what I want. So I want to trade Wurzen. It's minus 13. Whee! Wish there was like a balance to deal. Obviously, I don't have enough money to do it. I would have to give them a piece of territory. I don't know if any of my territory is something that I care to give up at the moment. Norden, Ostland, where's in Landing is way out there. They're not going to want that. Or do I know if I can trade it with them? Yeah, I don't know. It'd be nice to get it, but I don't know if I'm going to have what it takes right now to convince them to gear up with me and make a deal. Alright, we just got this guy. He's got some movement points. Did I build my defensive structure here? I did not. I don't think they did either, so I don't know how we got away with not having a rift spawned here. We might end up with one, so move over there just to be prepared. So I got a Frost Maiden leveled up here. Give her Arcane Conduit. You always want to be able to pull down as much magic as possible. They improved some of the technologies as well, so that's good. I wonder if it patches backwards if you have to start a new one. Does anybody know that? You have to start a whole new campaign, or does this stuff patch forward? I have no idea. I don't remember. There was some of this, the pirate stuff. Hang on. Floaters, reload time, ice rights, bear baiting, mesh layers, missile resistance is kind of cool. I wanted to say there was something here that increased the range of all Kislev units. Grad Kislev, the land. Just don't remember. Yeah, and I don't know whether or not these go forward like that. Relations with the Empire Festival. I mean, there's a few different things we can do here. Ammunition for war sleds and Little Grom would be handy. That's going to take a while, though, because we don't have enough locked over. Let's go ahead and grab this one.
With this, we stand against chaos.
Let's end another turn. Alon F says, you said you're not known for micromanagement, but your positioning of troops make up for big time, big IQ plays. Yeah, I mean, you can certainly make up for... Like, Total War is somewhat forgiving when it comes to micromanagement if you're good at building armies or good at positioning and planning, right? So the game definitely you can be benefited from excellent micromanagement, but it's not required in this game like it can be in some other RTS games. It can feel required at least, right? But I definitely feel like you can get away without it here. We've got quite the siege going on at Novchazy. I'm going to have help in soon, though. We got multiple Tzeentch armies, and then some others there. So we'll take care of them. Shouldn't be too bad. A little bit of income in on the way.
Size means nothing.
Get Kastalton back in his own territory. I actually think I'm gonna pull over here in the woods on the way home.
Make haste, fool.
And lay an ambush and see if we can lure in any suckers.
Their unseen doom.
I am gonna need to go ahead and take Tsarina Katarin into the rifts as quick as I can. So let's turn around with her. We'll mess with chaos later. Got some invaders coming here. Dungret. I'm not at war with the faction at Dieterschaffen, so there's really no need to rush that. And I can bring Boris Ursus back to guard this area. The Baleful Prince is over here trying to cause problems, and we've got some Nurgle armies inbound too. I mean, most of these places have some pretty solid defenses, though, so not super worried about what's going on here, but at the same time, this will be good. What do I want to put here? Probably Come from farms. This is our farm, though, right? Yeah. Let's do this right here. I may have been wanting to build something else there. I don't remember. Probably had something else in mind. Either that, or I just hadn't been building there because it was needed to save some cash, which is honestly kind of what I need to be doing right now.
Frozen glory.
I don't see any more enemy agents here. Keep this agent around.
Faith eternal.
Same thing here. I'm just gonna keep this agent around. Let's go ahead and rebuild Leblia. And then we've got an opportunity to do some building here. Probably growth. Good. We're lacking growth in that area. All right, Daniel Corlata says it's good, or it's gonna be ridiculous when Blood Pack comes out with all those snow battlefields. Yeah, hopefully it'll look good. I wasn't, like, I mean, it wasn't awful, but I wasn't super pleased with the way the Blood Pack looked and, you know, caused issues with performance stuff in Warhammer 2. They need to make some improvements, I think, coming into Warhammer 3. It looked like the ketchup spilled all over your people in Warhammer 2. Don't get me wrong, I'd rather have it on than off. I had to use a mod, though, to tone down the amount of blood, and then that made it good, but it shouldn't have required a mod. Like, CA should have let you be able to control that in the graphic settings to begin with, I guess is what I'm saying. Feels like something that they could have done, and just didn't. Yeah, I do want it to be here. It doesn't quite feel like Warhammer without it. Senshi Bat says, Boris the Urson Bear Man had a very mighty paw, and when the followers of Chaos saw him, you could hear them say, oh, oh. And the other heretics cried and called out names in vain, for Boris didn't come to play silly gun to a knife fight games. Senshi Pat, you'll always be my prophet, sir. You will always be my prophet. Thank you for the awesome poetic comment there. Daniel says in Kislev, you have a right to arm bears instead of bear arms. That's correct, Daniel, and that is a lame pun that I 100% approve of. So in Kislev, you have a right to arm bears.
I'll turn your blood to ice. I do it.
I never told you all that I love my comments. Like, my comments are the best. Some people complain about comments. We still got all this screwed up stuff from the Sorcerer's Realm. Or, sorry, the Dark Prince's Realm. Speaking of, we could go back to the Dark Prince's Realm and finish it. Or we could go to the Zinchi Realm. Let's go back to the Dark Prince's Realm, I guess, because if we decide we need to leave, we can just get more money. I don't think we'll be leaving this time, though. I think we're going to just go for it. So Tsarina Katarin has entered the Dark Prince's Realm, and we will be working our way down again. Hopefully she can stay out of Temptation's way this time. We all know how it went last time. She just couldn't stay away from the casino. It's too much fun. I'm gonna come here and hide and see if we can lure some of these armies. They always scatter like a bunch of birds. Whenever you get close to them, they just take off flying and run away. So I'm gonna hide and hopefully we can lure them back in. This will be good right here. Okay, and then with Kostaltin, I hid, and I don't see that army there, but I don't see it over here either. Malefex Kilgore is out and about, so we'll have to keep an eye out for him. Let us maybe just kind of get on the move with Kostaltin, and we'll just kind of guard where we need to guard. Do our best to hold on multiple fronts. It's not going to be a perfect scenario, but he can keep us protected, I think, at least at this point. Just kind of moving these agents around. There's not really a whole lot for me to do with them at the moment. It looks like that demon army pulled back. Either that or they're in hiding. They could be in hiding. I don't see them at the moment. I don't have a ton of cash left, so let's save some in another turn here. Riman Sedorov says 1640, that outfit. What? Everybody did a good job modeling it too. What? I don't get this one. The garter belts. I think he's saying something about the Slaaneshi outfits. I'm a little confused by the comment, but I think he's poking fun at the garter belts and other stuff, and the stockings and the sheer top on the I don't know what it is, but thanks for the comment anyway. Sorry, it confuses me a little. The Tower of Crack is being attacked by Malefex Kilgore. I'd rather not lose this because we keep gaining it back and having to rebuild it. I don't know whether we can stop him. We can certainly try. Let's see what happens. Alright, I'm going to attempt to make a defense. I do not know whether or not it is going to work. Part of my plan is to try and kill off Malefex Kilgore early. The AI usually rushes these units forward pretty bad. I'm jamming up the two main attack routes with Zargard. And the idea there is that these are very, very capable defensive units. Ah, this sucks. That's not what I need. I need to try and... Okay, it's a flying summon, so it's not the end of the world. It's still not good. Malefex has some weird pathfinding going on right now, too, which is really not going to serve me well. So this is already off to a very bad start for me. Malefex is not taking near the amount of missile fire that he needs to be in order to be dead. So I'm going to try and redirect a little there and get the job done. I need to bring my horses in and tie down these Seeker Chariots and Heart Seekers. We're going to take a savage beating off of the charge here, but we're going to have to hope to last long enough to let our missile units job done. Speaking of missiles, let's get a tower being built. Alright, Malefex is taking some pretty tremendous damage at the hands of my units over here, so this is good. So, I don't know whether we're going to win, but things could be worse at the moment. I'll take this. Could be much worse, in fact, so I'll take this all day long. I'm going to target these Heart Seekers. Those are some very dangerous units for us at the moment. Heart Seekers are brutal. This is also about to be quite bad for me. Here's some split up. Please tell me Malefex died. Yep, okay, Malefex is dead. We're not out of the woods yet, though. I need to take these tougher units in, shoot that one in the back, use my cavalry to hold. Alright, the two bow units are getting away momentarily, but got another gate coming up. We've pushed back the attack on this flank, though. Not without losses, but this is pretty great, actually. It's absolutely fantastic. So we've pushed back a rather large assault there. This is actually looking pretty decent for the moment. I think we took out the two larger wings that were assaulting us. And we've got capability to probably win the battle, I think, at this point. And it was an auto-resolve that was saying we didn't have a chance. Which auto-resolve's been supposedly improved by CA, but I would always take that with a grain of salt. Alright, this is bad over here. This is not good.
On the march!
Not good. My tower is firing. That is good. Got some units in behind us, so it was going well for me, but now I'm kind of getting outmaneuvered a little. This is less than ideal. Let's try and get these bow units back to safety. Pick up those fiends with my stronger Kassar unit. I need your Ice Guard to finish that crap off and finish it off quickly, please. If these fiends are gonna just try and slam into everything, someone get some missiles into them. Let's see if we can use our Lord to tank these Demonettes for a moment. These Armored Corsairs are gonna be needed to hold over here. Zargard is still holding here, which is, all things considered, very impressive. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. We can win. We can win. I'm feeling it.
Anything for Kislev!
Why is the power bar still as strong as it? They've only got 187 units left. Are they have something particularly powerful that I'm not pitching on to? Not really understanding what it is that's giving them such a huge advantage at the moment. Okay, there the power bar goes. All right, I was going to say, what is going on with the power bar? There we go. We did it. Successful defense. That was an unexpected success, and I am happy to have it. Could replenish our units, but I don't really think we need to worry about that because we've got extra forces in the vicinity, and we can pick up a ton of extra cash here. Yeah, see, there are some more enemy forces, but I can run Kastalden down there to help defend it. Let's get to the last couple of comments here, and from some of my favorite folks, Alric says, "Don't apologize for your lame dad jokes, as we're here for." Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it, Alric. And Nikki Bauer says, "Salt melts ice." Just saying. Nikki, you are correct. Thank you for being a longtime channel supporter and such a awesome viewer and commenter and everything else. You're fantastic, so thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it. Yeah, I think I actually got to all the comments. We made some progress. We took some territory. We entered the realm of Slaanesh yet again to put Tsarina Katarin through her second round of temptation. Except this time she'll probably find a little more success. I went into an encamped stance here instead of an ambush, didn't I? Wow. It is really hard to ambush whenever you go into the wrong stance. I mean, just a reminder for myself. I've done that so many times recently, and I don't know when or why I started making that mistake, but it's apparently a thing I do now. Among other things that I have done. Oh, sweet, I can still catch him. Fantastic, good riddance. You filthy, disgusting Zinch. I'm just gonna take all the extra cash, because we're replenishing, and I can use the cash right now. Okay, perfect. So, we destroyed the Besornlings. That was their last army. That is good news. Although it may not be great news for Killscribe, because that means maybe less kills to count. So we shall see. Got Nordland under control. Let's take a look at our buildings real quick, and then I'm gonna be done. I've got to make sure and manage my time well recording, so I'm trying to keep all videos to right around the 30-minute mark so that I can, not get overdone with any of them and save time. All right, Stoughton can move to protect the Tower of Crack because they're going to have to replenish some units after a big fight like that. Things are looking really good for us. So, campaign going well, income's good. We'll start recruiting some elemental bears, hopefully. I think I started building the building. Tsarina Katarin can go ahead and move down into the levels of Slaaneshi Hades here. And that's where we'll pick up next time. So hope y'all enjoyed this one. Thank you for joining in. I will be back with some more content soon, so keep an eye out for it. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now.